Here are my 5 tips for role-playing in D&D in less than 10 minutes. First, before we start, important thing to get out of the way. It's good to talk to your DM and your party members about what you want in your campaign if you're just starting out in terms of roleplay. Let's say you really want roleplay. You want that critical role style, heavy character, humor, laughing dialogue, one-on-one conversations. That's totally cool. But make sure your other party members want that too, because that's the big thing about D&D. It's a group game, and the main focus is for you and everyone else at the table to have fun. So it's important to set expectations off the top. Let your other party members know if, hey, guys, I love me some roleplay. I really hope we can have moments where our characters are interacting and growing and learning different things about each other through this campaign. And just make sure they're cool with that. Because there might be some people who are shy, there might be some people who aren't used to roleplay. Man, they should watch this video, that's for sure. But you just want to make sure that you're not making anyone feel uncomfortable or unwelcome at the table. Here at Hexplorers, we have our own homebrew game called the Wildcards. We've been playing for 3 years now. I'll link to that down below.
I see people just milling about in the halls. This deafening kind of ringing, banging bell. You see Dallin about 150 feet within the crowd. And he is just moving away from you.
And we have some characters there who love roleplay. I'm one of them. And some characters there who are more quiet at the table, but they're still loving and contributing to the story. So again, you can have all different kinds of people at the table as long as everyone knows what everyone else's expectations are and how they want to have fun in the game. And everyone's respecting that. Okay, on to the tips. Tip number 1. Say yes. Characters who say yes when opportunities are presented to them often have the most fun. Saying yes means you're opening yourself up to these opportunities to interact and contribute to the story. Your DM is going to be throwing out offers all the time, little plot hooks, little NPC characters that maybe get mentioned, and they're likely dying for you to meet those people or meet those little potential plot nuggets. So say yes. Don't just be like, okay. Super boring. Be like, interesting. What did you say about the missing children who are seen with the jester every full moon? Super cool. Say yes to the opportunity. Now let me be clear. This doesn't mean you have to say yes to everything that's presented to you. You don't have to go along with every crazy idea your rogue has. I say we kill the king and steal his gold. Can we not do that? Take that little interaction there between the murderous rogue. What if it went something like this instead of a flat out no? Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the regicide plan, but I gotta ask, why do you always want to kill every royal family we come across? I don't trust royal families no more. I did in the past once and never again. Interesting. Intrigue. Rogue has a little backstory brewing there. Maybe he talks to the DM about incorporating it in the future. Which brings us to our next tip. Boom! Tip number 2. Secrets. Tip number 2 is pretty simple. Have a secret, but don't guard it fiercely. What I mean by that is, ask yourself when you're creating your brand new character, what kind of secret do I might have in my past? Maybe I'm afraid of water. But why? Knowing that backstory can contribute, and you don't have to have all the answers right away, but maybe your character almost drowned when they were a kid, or maybe your character was told by a fortune teller in your village that you would meet your demise in water. Who knows? But it's a great way to develop your character, figure out some things they like, don't like, and then tell the others about as it slowly unveils itself. Talk to your DM about it so that they know and maybe can give little opportunities for that secret to come out. Because here's the big thing. Secrets are fun, but only if they're slowly revealed to the other party members. Or else they're just something you're kind of hoarding to yourself and it's not really contributing to the rest of the party. So for example, if a player asks you about it, maybe give them a little hint. It doesn't have to be the whole thing. You don't have to just blur about your big secret. But maybe if it's the water one, just be like, I'm not a big fan of it. It has to do with a prophecy I was told. Cool! You can circle back on that later. Now people know that maybe you believe in prophecies. It slowly starts to build itself and tells your party members more about who you are as a person, and will help you roleplay your character a little bit better. Tip number 3, reincorporation. Picture this. Your beloved character is 1 hit point away from dying. The big bad necromancer you're fighting looks just as bad as you, and now it's your turn. You rise to your feet. and raise your bloody, shaking hand towards the necromancer, and you say, "You had your chance, Carval, but like you once said, death comes for us all." Boom! Fireball. Really cool moment, because that's what the necromancer Big Bad said to you at least 10 games ago when he killed your favorite NPC character. Reincorporation. Reincorporation is delightful and honestly not too hard. It's pretty simple. It's just a pattern of repeating something. Now, don't do this in an obnoxious way. Don't be a character who has a motto that they're saying every other line. But having something that they like to say in cool moments, having a little line that informs them, maybe it's their family motto, maybe it's their battle cry, maybe it's something their father told them when they were a little child. These are all really cool moments. And look, they're everywhere across pop culture. May the Force be with you. I am Iron Man. I could do this all day. You know nothing, Jon Snow. We, as an audience, and as people who just love stories in general, love reincorporation. It truly delights us, so incorporate it into your game. If you hear another party member say a really dope line, or your DM says something pretty cool, write it down in your book so you can use it later. It's just a cool little trick for a little better roleplay. Tip numero 4, it's about the group, not the individual. Best improv advice I ever heard was simply this. When you go into any scene, try and make your scene partner look as incredible as possible. Because if everyone goes into scenes like that, you're just gonna have the best time on stage ever. And that's how it works for D&D as well. Dungeons & Dragons is about collaboration. It's about a group of people sitting down at the table together, going on adventures in fantastical places, doing incredible things, and having fun as a group together. But keep that in mind, it's about that collaborative group experience that makes Dungeons & Dragons so fun. It's not one person just telling 4 other people a story for 4 hours. It's about you all telling the story together. For example, no one likes when that one party member is always going off and doing their own things. Whether they leave the party at night to go explore the city because they're trying to find some sort of magical item, whether you're in some sort of ancient temple and they decide they want to go left while the rest of your party thinks maybe we should go right. Now you've just split the focus of the entire game, and the DM has to spend time fleshing out that side of the story while a bunch of other people are just sitting there waiting. It's kind of boring and not really fun for the other players. Obviously there are exceptions. You might have some kind of solo plot where you want to do something that will help inform your character and the other people will really enjoy at the table. But again, remember, D&D is about a collective experience, not your individual one. Let's take that advice one step further when it comes to roleplay, and that is try and give other people in your party what they're looking for in the game. So let's say your friend who loves roleplay, they were just betrayed by their brother. Talk to them and ask them about it. Maybe next time you guys are about to go down for a long rest, just be like, "Hey, sorry your once you thought long dead brother showed up and stole your ancestral sword and also admitted that he killed your grandma this morning. That was kind of rough." "Ah, geez, yeah, thanks. It was honestly nice to know my brother's still alive after all this time, but I also loved that sword a lot. And my grandma was, she was just such a hoot, so to hear he decapitated her was a real downer." Let it be about the group rather than the individual. Help your party members get what they want, what fulfills them in the game, and you know will make such a fun moment. And if everyone does that at the table, honestly, you guys are gonna have the most fun campaign. And my last tip, play, don't perform. Playing D&D, in my opinion, means the focus is on fun. You're not performing a show. This is all made up on the spot. It's gonna be messy, it's gonna be chaotic, it's gonna go off the rails, and that's the best part about the game. These tips are meant to help you enjoy playing your character and enjoy participating in the story, not to make you this incredible tabletop thespian god or goddess. So 15 games in, try out a new accent for your character. And if you hate that, like I just did, then forget about it. Grow as a character. Maybe decide you're not really having fun playing them as a curmudgeon and you want them to be more casual, more conversational. Totally fine. Do it. And again, make sure your desire for how you want to play D&D just matches up with how everyone else will enjoy playing D&D at your table. that's it. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that little like button or hit subscribe. It really does help the channel. So until I see you again, keep exploring, keep playing, keep having fun.